Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another new episode of my FM21 save with Ajax. We are here for the Europa League first knockout round, both legs against Istanbul, Başakşehir. I think we got a pretty easy draw. I mean, not saying that they're a very bad team or something like that, but compared to some of the teams that are still in the competition, I think we've had it pretty easy. So I think we have a good chance of moving through to the next round. First off, let's just go through the results one by one. So after the game against Stade, we then lost to ADO 1-0 at home. We then lost to Vitesse in the Dutch Cup as well, 3-1 at home. So ever since that Bayern game, we haven't really been very good. But then after Vitesse, we finally got back to winning ways, beating FC Utrecht 1-0 at home. And then Feyenoord away from home as well with Neres with 2 goals in the final 5 minutes. And after that came January. And firstly, we beat Vitesse, who we just lost to in the Dutch Cup 3-1. We beat them 6-1. And then before we move on, I gotta show you guys the transfers because, well, it's been one hell of a month. That's to say the least. So I'm not going to show you guys all the transfers up front. I'm going to show you them one by one because there are some surprises in there that I hope that you guys enjoy. First off, we sold Hassan Bande for 1.5 million to Ghent in Belgium. He wasn't really playing for us and he didn't really have any potential either. So I thought let's just move him on and get rid of him. Moving on to the next player that has left the club, Maarten Stakenberg, of course, a club legend in my opinion at least. Only spent here one season, making one appearance, but he has played, of course, 10 years already for Ajax. And he is a player that will always stay in the hearts of every Ajax fan, I think. But he's moved on to Atlanta United. To get him off the wage budget, we have Onana, we had Livakovic. I didn't think we'd need Stekelenburg still at the club, so I thought let's get rid of those 15,000 euros he's earning every week because we're not playing him anyway. Then for the first player moving into the club, we move over to Bosco Sutalo, center back / right back, but mostly used as center back. He came over from Atalanta in the Serie A. To only 21 years old, Croatian center back. We bought him for a little bit over 12 million. Here you can see his attributes. He's 1m88 as well, so I love that. I mean, it shows the attributes for, of course, the fullback. We're not playing him as a fullback. We're playing him as a center back. If he is playing, as you can see, he isn't playing a lot yet. Because we have a lot of good center backs. But for the future, I think we can really build on this guy. And it's a player that I haven't really seen many YouTubers sign, so I thought just to be a little bit different as well, and not signing all the regular wonder kids, and also signing different players than I did when I managed Ajax in the beta. I thought, he came up in the scout reports and he looked pretty good, so there he is. Moving on to this next player that I can really say exactly the same about. He is 21 years old as well. He is Portuguese, came over from Valencia. He is a right back and can play as left back, so kind of the same as Frimpong, but a little bit older, maybe a little bit more secure as well. We paid 10 million for him, so Valencia actually made a loss on him. But he looks pretty good to me as well. We're not playing him as a wing back, stop doing that. So here you can see his attributes as well. His height doesn't really matter for a fullback, but I think he's pretty good. We've used him about as much as we have used the last one that I just showed you. As I said, same story as the last player, really to build on for the future, and I think we can. And then the third of the 5 signings, same story as for the others. He's also 21 years old. This time it's an Italian player, another center back. Again, 188 in height as well. Bought him from, I'm not sure where we bought him from. Actually bought him from Verona for 7.5 million. Might have overpaid a little bit, seeing how he's not going to be a regular just yet. But he is going to be very good in the future, and he has some attributes that I really like. For instance, that 16 determination, as well as 13 heading, 15 jumping reach. all that for a center back that is only 21 years old and is gonna grow a lot is already very good. Now, before I move on to the last two transfers, I kept something in mind during this transfer window that somebody commented on one of the videos in the beta. He said that was in the second season that I didn't sign enough marquee players that are really gonna get this club to a higher level, an even higher level. So I kept that in mind with these next two and the last two transfers. So bear with me, we might be paying a lot of wages. I said to myself, I don't want to pay any one more than that I'm paying Dusan Tadic. He has a wage of 60,000 a week, and I actually didn't want to pay more than that, but then these two came around and I just couldn't help myself. So moving on to the first one of those two is Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He is earning 115k a week, mostly because I let my board do the transfer for me because I couldn't get it to work. Because every time I put in a bid, then the board came to me and said, well, we think you're overpaying for him, so we're gonna block the deal. So I said to them, that's fine, you do it for me. So he's played 3 games already, and he scored 1 goal. He's also made already 8 caps in the Europa League, but we have still registered him as well. So maybe that the 8 games were in the qualification rounds, I'm not sure. But he's performed very well in them, and he has performed okay for us as well. 3 games, 1 goal, and 3 assists already. That is insane. And that 1 goal that he scored was the winner in one of the last games we played. You'll see that in just a second. But yeah, I don't really need to say any more about this player, right? Probably all of you know him. Free kick taking 16, long shot 16, penalty taking 16, corners 17. I mean, we have a player that can do it all when it comes to set pieces and everything else you want him to do. So that is Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He is a little bit older and we're paying him a lot of money, but I think he's definitely worth it. We got him in the end for 33 million euros, and he's already worth more than that. So if he doesn't work out, we can set him on next year for a profit, hopefully. But hopefully he will work out. Then moving on to the last player, Marco Asensio, from Real Madrid. Firstly, what I want to say is that every time when you are watching a football game with Dutch commentary and it's Real Madrid and Marco Asensio is playing, every single commentator has to mention that he is half Dutch. I mean, it doesn't matter anything. His mother is Dutch, I believe. But it doesn't make any sense why they keep repeating that every single game. But he was transfer listed. We got him for 21 million euros. So I think that was very cheap. I believe we only paid like 7.5 million up front and the rest was over 3 years. So very, very happy. As you can see by the stats here below, 6 games played, 4 goals, 2 assists. I mean, already 2-time player of the match awards as well. He has already been very good. I mean, that's to be expected, right? A player of his caliber in the Eredivisie. Can you imagine that in real life? He would tear up the league completely. So now that I can't spoil the transfers anymore for you guys, let's go straight back to the schedule. After Vitesse, after that 6-1 win, we then went away from home against Twente and beat them 4-2 as well. 2 goals from Tadic, 1 from Neres, and the first goal of the season for Edson Alvarez. And then we lost another game, this time against Fortuna Sittard, who I believe at the time were in 17th or maybe 16th. As I said at the beginning of the season, you're always going to have those games that you just can't seem to score a goal, and that's exactly what this was. We just couldn't do it, and then we lost out in the end, sadly. But coming straight back from that, we absolutely demolished, Dusan Tadic absolutely demolished AZ, scoring 4 goals within 30 minutes. I mean, nothing more that I can say about that, right? Tadic absolutely tore it up, and they went home without any points. After that, we had a 4-all insane draw with Sparta at home as well. As you can see here, Asensio opening the score in his debut match in the 6th minute, after which Engels 2 minutes later equalized. Then Asensio again, and then Engels again with the equalizer. After 1 minute after that, Awasar put Sparta up 3-2. And then 7 minutes later, Dusan Tadic equalized for us again. And in the second half, Borré in the 63rd minute with a 4-3, and again 2 minutes later, Sparta with the equalizer. Again, we just couldn't score enough goals, and we couldn't keep our defense tight enough to get the win in the end. So only 1 point, but what a game that was. Moving on to another 4-0 win against Heracles. Oh, I didn't mean to click the score. Another 4-0 win, this time against Heracles Almelo. Asensio with 2 goals again. Traoré and Tadic with the other goals. And then moving on to Heerenveen, 3-2 away from home. Çalhanoğlu here was that winner that he scored that I just mentioned in the 92nd minute, a penalty. And we beat ADO 4-0 as well. And then a draw against Feyenoord. That was the last game. The 2-2 draw against Feyenoord. Daley Blind with his first goal of the season as well. So yeah, here we are. The game against Istanbul Başakşehir is going to be still a very tough game, even though I think compared to some of the other teams that we could have faced, it was one of the easier ones. I'll show you guys that after... No, I'll show you... You know what? I'll show it to you right now. We have teams like Napoli still in there, Roma still in there, Arsenal, AC Milan, who else? Dortmund as well. Atalanta, a very good team. Leipzig, Benfica, Villarreal, Atletico Madrid. I mean, there are still a lot of good teams. About 1/3 of the teams that are still in here, I wouldn't want to face quite yet. In that regard, I'm happy that we got Başakşehir. But having said that, that's probably going to come back to haunt me, and probably going to lose out right now. But let's hope we don't. Let's hope we can pick up the win here. And we can give ourselves a good situation to be in the second leg. Of course, this is the first leg, but to give ourselves a good situation in the second leg at home. Of course, now we are playing away from home. When we drew them, they were in first in the league. Right now they are in second, behind Galatasaray, but on equal points and only 2 points above Fenerbahce and only 3 points above Trabzonspor. So a very tight league over there, very differently than our league. I actually completely forgot to show you guys the league. There we are. We are 4 points above PSV, but then the gap between the second and third is 12 points. Also, look at this right here. 3 teams on 37 points and 3 teams on 28 as well. So on some parts of the league, it is very tight, but closer to the top of the league, the top 2 teams are really far gone from the rest of the pack. So here we have the first chance already, and Borré should have definitely finished that after just 3.5 minutes played, but he misses the goal. Tadic now with the corner kick, Anthony with his second chance of the game, but this time a very good save by the Istanbul Başakşehir goalkeeper, and Visca, of course, I think he is the best player of this team. In real life, they are in the group with Manchester United, and in the first leg, well, it's not really 2 legs, but in the first game between those 2 teams, Dembaba scored an insane goal. And when I say insane, I mean that Manchester United just forgot to put any defenders back. But we take the lead here after 13 minutes. Luckily, Anthony puts us up in front, and we're leading only 1 goal, but that's already very good for the second leg to have that 1 away goal that could be crucial in the end. Hopefully, we can score another one here. By the way, I've now completely forgot again to take you guys through the team. Let's just do that real quickly. Onana in goal, Mazraoui, Alvarez, Blind, and Tagliafico. Nothing different there. Klaassen and Tadic in the midfield. Nothing too special. Borré and Anthony as striker, the same. But Çalhanoğlu and Asensio are the 2 wingers. That's the first time that I've played them like this. Normally Asensio would be on the left side and Çalhanoğlu would be in the midfield. So here instead of Klaassen or Tadic. But I thought, let's try it like this. Asensio is left-footed and Çalhanoğlu is right-footed. So they can both cut in from both wings. So it should be very dangerous when you have 2 players like that on the wings. So that just they just have to show themselves that they are dangerous. No, Tagliafico is injured. He just picked up the ball and then he just lied down on the pitch. And what a double save by Onana that is. But Tagliafico is going to have to be substituted out for Frimpong right here. That is not looking good because it wasn't due to a tackle. It was just his first touch and then he just went down to the field, to the pitch. That's not looking good at all. Hopefully his injury is not too bad and he can play the second leg against this team as well. but we'll have to wait and see about that until after this game when we get the report about his injury, of course. But before we get there, we first have to beat Başakşehir here in Turkey. Maybe Çalhanoğlu, the Turkish player, can score a goal against them. He does earn the penalty here. Junior Kaysara makes the foul, and it's not a penalty actually. Alright, no problem. They have Nasser Chatli. I didn't even know that. There's the halftime whistle. It's an interesting team, this Başakşehir team. I mean, they have players like Dembaba. Apparently they have Chatli as well. They have Junior Kaysara, who a couple of years ago played for Schalke, I believe. They have a couple of very good players, but for some reason, I'm just gonna shut up because I don't know how it's going in real life. But they actually made it out of their group in the Europa League, so they're not doing that badly, right? Unless they finish third in the Champions League, which still would mean that they're not doing that badly. But the thing that matters most is that we do have the lead here against them. Anthony could go for a second, but the goalkeeper pulls out a great save there, and we get the corner kick. Çalhanoğlu, of course, to take it. Who else than Çalhanoğlu? That's probably offside, right? Yes, it is. Why did Tadic play that back to him? He could have tried to go for goal, I think. Asensio, what is it? A tight thigh. Alright, well, let's get him off then for Neres. And let's get Çalhanoğlu off for Promes. Other than that, I think we can keep it the same. Of course, we can make more. No, we can only make 3 subs. What? That's weird. Anyway, these are then the 11 men that are gonna do it for us in these final 20 minutes right here. Neres now with the ball on the right side of the box, and Promes, the 2 substitutes linking up, Neres and Promes, for the second goal of the game and our second away goal in this 2-legged tie. Of course, could prove to be very, very important, especially when Chatli scores the 2-1 here for Başakşehir. That 2 away goals that we scored might be even more important to take home to Amsterdam for the second leg. Only 10 minutes left. Let's fire up the players one more time so we don't concede a second. And I don't want to leave with a draw here. I want to leave with the win, but it looks like Başakşehir gonna get another chance here. And Chatli scores his second of the night. And we're going to go more attacking, even though a draw away from home wouldn't be too bad. I want to get those coefficient points up, and I think we should win as well. I think we have the better team, we have the better players, but we have nothing to show for it if we don't win this game. And it looks like we're not going to win it. It looks like it's going to end in a draw right here. And there is the full-time whistle. Indeed, it is a draw. Very disappointing in the end. After a 2-0 lead, to give that away completely and end up in a draw. As you can see here, the other results: Feyenoord lost, PSV lost as well, Napoli lost, which I don't mind at all. Atletico Madrid lost as well. I mean, there's only the first leg, I know, but still. But yeah, a couple of surprising results in there. And Tagliafico injured for 6 days, meaning he can probably just play the second leg against Başakşehir in a week's time. So I'll see you guys for that match in just a second. And we're back for the second leg against Başakşehir. One game in between, of course. As you know, we beat Vitesse 3-1. Again, didn't mean to click the score. Tadic, Asensio, and Traoré with the goals here. So I'm gonna switch this around a little bit. Let's get Klaas into the midfield. Let's swap these 2 around and maybe Gravenberg. So let's do it like this, I think. Or maybe, you know what, let's do it like this. Alright, so that's going to be the starting 11. Onana, Mazraoui, Alvarez, Blind, and Tagliafico. Klaassen, Gravenberg, Asensio, Çalhanoğlu. It feels so good to say those 2 names in an Ajax shirt. Boré and Tadic. Those are the 11 players that are going to start for us in this game here today against Başakşehir. You just saw us draw the away leg 2-2. So we either need a 0-0 draw or a 1-1 draw or a win. That's how easy it is. That's what we need. We know the task ahead of us, and the players do as well. And they're going to try their best to get it done. Hopefully, of course, we can get the win, so we can get a little bit more coefficient points as well. But I'm happy as long as we go through to the next round. I would have rather had that it had been already played for, in the first leg, and that we didn't even have a real challenge in the second leg. But our players like a challenge, and Marco Asensio shows that right there. We like the challenge. We scored the first goal after not even 3 minutes gone. And now Başakşehir need to score. Well, they already need to score 1, but now they need to score 2 goals to get through. Otherwise, we move on to the second knockout round, which of course we are going for. And Gravenberg has picked up a little knock. Maybe we can sub him off at halftime. I don't think we need to sub him off earlier than that. Hopefully we can get a second goal before halftime. Gravenberg now on the ball to Mazraoui. Mazraoui to Asensio. That's almost the second, but it was blocked, and it's another corner kick here. Tadic should take it. Headed away by Mahmoud. And Çalhanoğlu now heads it just over the crossbar. Well, I'm not going to put Quincy Promes in center mid. I don't know why he's suggesting I do that. Because that doesn't make any sense. Asensio now has the ball though on the right side. Klaassen, and there is the second of the night. And now Başakşehir, well, they still need to score 2 goals, but then it would still go to extra time. If Başakşehir want to win before extra time, they need to score 3 in that second half. And that's going to be very tough for them. I think we've got this one. But we still have to be wary of their attacks. I mean, if they score 1, then it's all to play for again, and it's still going to be very tough. Maybe Borre can get us a third here. No, a good save by their goalkeeper. If Borre would have scored that third goal there, then it would have probably been done and dusted. But we still have the second half of this game to play for. And let's see, let's get Gravenberg off for Martinez, I think. I think that's the best decision. Maybe even swap Martinez and Blind around. Yes, let's do that. Let's swap those two around, and then... Oh, no, wait. Let's not put Blind in the attacking position. Let's put Martinez in center back and Daley Blind in the spot where Gravenberg was playing in the first half. And let's continue with the second half of the game against Başakşehir. We are leading by 2 goals thanks to Asensio and Klaassen. Could have even been more than that. But this is enough. It's enough. And that's exactly what we're going for. Mazraoui, 1 card away from being suspended. So let's get Frimpong on for him. A lot of players tired as well. Maybe we can make a few more subs here. And Asensio, oh no wait, we can only make 3 subs. Of course, I've forgotten that again, even though I've just played the other leg, like literally like 10 minutes ago. But we've made our 3 subs. We have only 2 minutes to go, and it's the end of the game, right? Borre now with the ball, and there is the third of the night just to secure it. Only 1.5 minutes to go, and injury time, of course. But Rafael Borre gives us the 3rd goal to seal the deal. And there is the full-time whistle. We move on to the second knockout round of the Europa League in the first season. I'm hoping, of course, because I did that beta save with Ajax as well, I am hoping that we can better that result that we achieved there. I hope we can move on even further than that. I'm gonna do this off camera, and then I'm gonna see you guys in just a second for the draw of the next round. And there we are for the draw of the second knockout round. In the meantime, Labiat got sold for 3 million euros to Vitesse, and Sean Kleiber, the right back, got sold for 5.75 million to some Chinese team, I believe. So they're gone. A little bit more money in the bank and a little less players that we're not using anyway. And let's just get straight into the last 16 of the Europa League. Let's see, the first team is going to be Lille. I would take Lille, but Atalanta gets Lille. Villarreal would be fine as well. Arsenal is gone, alright, so that's good. Borussia Dortmund, please don't. Hoffenheim, 2 German teams facing off there. Leicester, wouldn't prefer Leicester either. Besiktas, alright. And there we are. Alright, so we can face Atletico still, Galatasaray, AC Milan, AS Roma, Braga, Granada, and Real Sociedad. So please give me Granada, right? We get Braga, alright. So that would have been one of my preferred opponents. And we get Braga. I think that's beatable. And of course, I'm going to meet you guys next for those 2 games. So only 1 game in between against RKC, and then we're facing Braga home and away. Firstly at home, I would always rather have an away leg first, but we get the home leg first. Doesn't matter, we're going to try to beat them just the same as we always do. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys for the next episode against Braga very soon. Bye bye.